All right, people, calm down. You're not going to see any spoilers in this video. You're not going to even see anything or hear anything alluding to spoilers because I want to be respectful of those who might have something against them in regard to just not wanting to have anything to do with them. This video, nonetheless, is going to talk about what I feel have been the unintended, aspects in terms of what the spoilers have done. Because this is something that I don't know exactly why those leaks were actually put out there. In one sense, from some of your comments here, I saw that there were people who were actually, talking about how in some forums, it seems some people were throwing out the spoilers to ruin it for some other people. Some other people I've seen in terms of them talking about the spoilers was to maybe get fans excited. And keep in mind, if you want to talk about spoilers, DM me on Twitter. I am not averse to them at all. In fact, I go out seeking them. I just don't say anything about them on the channel because it's nice to actually keep the mystery for some other people. I do, however, have to say, though, that these spoilers, they really kind of got me a little bit, just a little bit. But I recovered quickly and was like, hey, slap yourself out of it. You don't care about spoilers. Now, the unintended consequences, nonetheless, of all of these is it's actually created a lot more buzz for the game. Number one. Number two, it's actually gotten fans a little bit more excited about the game's story and the game's plot. And I think this is one of the reasons the developers have been very secretive. Now, the spoilers I'm even talking about are even some things like the trophy list. This is something where if you even think about just that particular piece of information, you can ruminate on this trophy list and be able to decide for a whole bunch of different things within the game. I personally decided, you know what? This is already too much for me. I'm not going to sit here and pick through the trophy list. And I didn't make a single video about it, even though I saw the articles, I saw the comments on them. I just kind of said, nah, there are other things that we can be focusing on, like console performance. It's still not been said what that's going to look like. Maybe when you watch this video, it would have been announced or would have seen some trailer. But at the moment, some of the more critical things are not necessarily, talked about. But regarding the story plots that we've seen so far, even if you would think that a lot of things would have probably maybe given away a lot of the game, I strongly believe that there's still so much that, we have in terms of some of the characters and the progression that we actually got at the time the game first, dropped. So one of them is one that was all the way back in 2020. So this is from the gameplay in 2020. And I'm going to go ahead and point it out to you because now that we've seen a little bit of the gameplay, there's context surrounding it with the previews. So if you remember from the gameplay previews, and if you didn't watch it because of spoilers, this is just a preview. This is the stuff that Warner Brothers Montreal has made public. I'm just giving you a warning. So if you want to, dip out right now, I encourage that you shut this video off and just, run. But if you saw the people that played the Harley Quinn, fight scene, you realize that somewhere around that time in that mission, it appears that there is some kind of a beginning relationship with Renee Montoya, who is a detective that's probably in a position where she's stepping into the shoes of Jim Gordon. But by the time we actually see this particular mission that you see on the screen here, this Mr. Freeze mission that Patrick Redding did a narrative for in 2020, it appears that that relationship has actually matured a lot more. So it seems like, from what we're seeing in a chronological order, that this is coming after all of that stuff that many people got to play in the preview. And the reason I say that is because as Batgirl reaches this location here, I always forget the name. Oh my goodness. It appears that she needs access into the building itself. Mr. Freeze has basically messed a whole bunch of stuff up. He's trying to destroy the city and just flash freeze everyone. And when she takes out all the bad guys that are guarding the building, she requests for access from Renee, trying to make her way into the building. I mean, if you notice, Renee Montoya is basically having a conversation with her, which now, if you kind of start putting two and two together, you'll see that there seems to have been, some kind of a relationship, which is now taking on the Knights and Montoya that mirrors, say, Jim Gordon and Bruce Wayne, if you get what I mean. So that's actually the part that I really did like. And it took kind of a full circle to see that villain trailer where, if you remember in the villain trailer, they bring Renee Montoya into the Belfry, something of that sort. So right here, you see, she basically is, kind of like in charge of comms and everything. And she's now giving, all kinds of different, I don't know, commands or whatever. She probably is now, I don't know if she's chief or maybe somebody else is. Maybe they revealed something. I don't know, but she's having communications with them, and maybe she's in charge of this investigation. And man, the chopper had, I don't know if they had like a huge rocket launcher that they used to blast the hole through the building, and Batgirl here in this trailer can make her way into the building to continue the mission. So I think all of these plot points are actually pointing towards something where I strongly believe something else that a lot of folk have been talking about. These are the folk that went to play the game in Warner Brothers Games Montreal studio as to the strength of the story of Gotham Knights. I think that's probably going to be its best selling point. As much as we in the community, and myself included, when we first kind of started talking about a lot of this game, there was the side of, looking at the game from the perspective of the Arkham games. I really did, have, in my opinion anyways, what I thought would be this mindset that I would always want to look at this game through Arkham. But I've played Arkham Knight a lot of times, and I can tell you that the story of Batman Arkham Knight, even from what I've seen with Gotham Knights, it doesn't seem like it really does match up. Like, think about it. With all the story and all the plot points that we've been getting from Gotham Knights, if you connect your own dots and you see how they've actually structured the story, it seems like, and this is just a prediction, this is not a definitive statement, I know you hound me in the comment section, it seems like Gotham Knights is going to have a very strong story in all of the entry. Perhaps that spirit of writing that's been in Warner Brothers Games Montreal that helped them to be able to come out with such a good story in the Arkham Origins game is still finding its way to weave through, the Gotham Knights game. I mean, not saying that it's the same people. I'm just saying maybe they understand that there's an expectation that everybody has from them, and they're probably trying to meet it with their narrative. And I think it's really going to shine in this particular game. But we're yet to see the full thing, though. I know Arkham Knight was such a disappointment for a lot of fans. I mean, looking back at the story and looking at the way they executed things, I can see where it is actually the weaker of the other Arkham games and how it has the potential to be weaker than Gotham Knights from a story perspective. Now, mechanics-wise, gameplay-wise, that's a whole different story. Rocksteady, like I always call them, they're the Real Madrid of, game development. Just, really good at what they do, usually representing and, dishing out some solid mechanics that you can usually count on. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. I really wanted to go ahead and talk about how this has gotten fans a little bit more interested and excited in the project, rather than what I thought would probably have spoiled it for a lot of people. But seems like the story points are very strong with Gotham Knights that even spoilers could not necessarily do a lot of damage to the game. Kindly don't talk about spoilers in the comment section. DM me on Twitter, like I said, and hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in another one. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.